She didn't wrap her arms around you by coincidence, and the instant she did, something shifted inside her before you even realized it had. Pay attention, because most men misunderstand hugs by reducing them to manners, a greeting, a farewell, something harmless. But when a woman initiates a hug, especially when there was no obligation to do so, it's almost never neutral. The body speaks more honestly than words ever will. Her body moved first for a reason she may not yet consciously recognize. From a psychological standpoint, touch is a gamble. It crosses personal boundaries. It invites vulnerability. So when she chooses to initiate that contact, she's silently answering a question: do I feel safe with him? And safety isn't weakness. Safety is the gateway to attraction, attachment, and emotional permission. In that moment, she isn't just checking comfort, she's testing how she feels in your presence. Watch the duration of the hug. A quick, tight squeeze is social etiquette, but when her arms linger just a beat longer than necessary, when her body relaxes instead of tensing, when she exhales into you rather than pulling back, her nervous system is communicating something important. She's regulating herself through you. That isn't platonic. That's emotional alignment. This is where most men miss the message. When a woman initiates a hug, she's often looking for reassurance without having to ask for it. She may be unsure where she stands with you. She may feel emotionally exposed, or she may be confirming a desire she hasn't admitted out loud yet. The hug becomes her way of checking: is this connection real? Or did I imagine it? Notice where her head goes. If it rests against your chest or shoulder, that's a subconscious return to safety and intimacy. If her hands press into your back instead of hovering, that's grounding. She's anchoring herself. She's saying, without words, I feel secure here. And when a woman feels emotionally held, attraction deepens even if she hasn't labeled it yet. This is also where men often sabotage everything. They squeeze too hard, they pull away too quickly, or they sexualize the moment too soon. That collapses the psychological space she just created. The power of a hug isn't dominance, it's presence. Calm/stillness. Certainty. When you stay grounded, you communicate that you don't need validation. You're capable of holding space. Here's the truth most men never hear. Women initiate touch when words feel too risky. She may not be ready to say what she feels. She may not fully understand it herself, but her body is already ahead of her mind. The hug becomes a bridge between uncertainty and desire. When you learn to read that moment correctly, you stop chasing clarity through questions and start allowing clarity to reveal itself through behavior. Because what she does with her body will always reveal what her mouth isn't ready to admit. Now, here's where emotional intelligence separates men who understand women from men who stay confused. Not every hug means the same thing. Meaning comes from context, timing, and what follows. Psychology is about pattern recognition, not wishful thinking. If she initiates a hug during an emotionally charged moment, after a deep conversation, shared laughter, or vulnerability, that hug is sealing an emotional bond. Her nervous system is linking you with relief, understanding, and emotional regulation. This is how attachment forms quietly, without declarations or labels. She isn't just hugging you, she's imprinting you as someone who gets her. If she hugs you while distressed, overwhelmed, or uncertain, the message shifts, but it's still powerful. In those moments, she's borrowing your stability. She's asking, can you hold me without trying to fix me? Most men fail here. They rush into advice or emotional performance. But the hug was the request. Nothing more. Nothing more. When you honor that, you become emotionally irreplaceable. Pay attention to how she disengages. Does she pull away cleanly or hesitate? Does she look away instantly or hold eye contact just a fraction too long? That pause is where the truth lives. A delayed release often means she didn't want the moment to end. And when a woman doesn't want closeness to end, she's already negotiating desire internally. Here's a critical insight most men never consider. Women often initiate hugs when they feel emotional momentum slipping. If she senses you becoming distant, guarded, or less available, the hug becomes a recalibration, a quiet attempt to restore closeness without asking, are we okay? Touch is safer than confrontation. This is also why women hug men they're attracted to more often than they realize. It's not manipulation, it's instinct. Touch releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Each hug reinforces familiarity, trust, and warmth. Over time, that creates longing. And longing feels confusing when it grows quietly. But make no mistake, a hug isn't a contract. It's an invitation. What you do with that invitation determines whether attraction deepens or fades. Treat it as proof, and you become needy. Dismiss it, and you become emotionally blind. The right response is grounded awareness. You notice Italiano. You stay centered. You neither rush nor retreat. Strong men don't chase signals. They allow signals to accumulate. They understand that attraction grows through consistency, emotional safety, and self-control. When you respond to her hug with calm presence instead of hunger, her respect increases. And respect is the foundation long-term attraction stands on. Remember this, the hug wasn't about your arms. It was about how she feels inside them. And how she feels there will shape everything that follows. Here's where many men completely misread the moment and sabotage the connection without realizing it. When a woman initiates a hug, she's offering you a brief glimpse behind the curtain of her emotional world. A hug isn't just physical. It is a emotional recognize. Her body speaks before her mouth does. And how you respond in those few seconds sets the tone for what comes next. If you stiffen, pull away too quickly, or make it sexual, you trigger a stress response. Her body retreats, and her mind begins questioning every feeling she just had. But if you remain grounded, calm, and fully present, you create a psychological container she didn't know she was craving. Watch her hands. If they rest lightly on your shoulders, she's maintaining polite distance. If they squeeze or linger, she's seeking connection, reassurance, or comfort. Women often test their own emotions through touch, using a hug as a safe experiment. Your response becomes the silent answer to that test. Timing matters. A spontaneous hug during laughter is playful and flirtatious. A hug after tension or vulnerability is intimate and heavy with meaning. The hug amplifies whatever emotion is present. Here's the subtle test. When she initiates a hug, she's measuring emotional availability, not charm, humor, or lines. She's assessing whether you can hold space without needing control. Pass that test, and she begins associating safety, trust, and desire with you. Fail it, and your value quietly drops in her mind. Patience becomes your advantage. You don't interrogate the moment. You don't escalate immediately. You mirror the energy with calm confidence, a gentle return squeeze. Steady breathing, allowing the hug to last just long enough to feel meaningful. The moment after the hug matters too. Does she linger nearby? Glance back, or drift away immediately. These microsignals tell you whether the hug fulfilled its emotional purpose or left her uncertain. Women rarely test men with words. They test through closeness, hesitation, and touch. Once you understand that, you start seeing the hidden language of connection everywhere. Here is the truth most men never hear. The hug is just the opening line of a conversation her body wants to have. You would roll, senti, to write the next sentence. It's to read hers accurately. Go deeper. The hug she initiates isn't just a doorway into her emotions. It is a mirror of your emotional intelligence. Your response defines how much intimacy she's willing to risk. One hug can reveal more about attraction and trust than hours of conversation. Notice her energy, tentative, urgent, playful, lingering. Each carries a different message. Most men treat all hugs the same. That's why attraction stalls. Your presence in that moment is more powerful than words. Calm attention communicates confidence, safety, and control. If you tense, check your phone, or overthink, you create distance. If you stay grounded and let her feel seen without forcing anything, you become the anchor her nervous system seeks. Sometimes a hug leads to mutual vulnerability. She initiates because she trusts you. You respond in a way that honors that trust. Closeness builds trust. Trust fuels desire. Desire deepens intimacy, quietly, invisibly, but powerfully. Here's the harsh truth. If you mishandle these moments, the opportunity doesn't return the same way. Women remember how you made them feel more than what you said. Every hug leaves a memory of safety or discomfort, and that memory shapes her perception of you long after the moment ends. So what do? Breathe. Stay grounded. Match her energy. Let the hug be what it is. Red tech cues, head position, hand pressure, body weight. Respond with calm presence. Let chemistry grow without shortcuts. Final insight: when a woman initiates a hug, it isn't a question. It's a statement. She is revealing part of her inner world and asking if you are capable of holding it. When you respond with awareness, patience, and grounded confidence, you unlock a level of intimacy most men never experience. Miss it, and you're just another passing presence. Challenge: next time a woman hugs you, notice every detail, duration, placement, energy, and rate the emotional openness from 1 to 10. Drop your number in the comments.